afternoon, children. In last classes, we have learned about the cell and its structure and functions and different kinds of organelles which are present in the cell. You all people know same kind of cells together they make tissue. Different tissues together they make organs. Organs together they form organ system. Different organ systems together they form an individual living organism. Whether it is plant or animal, it is made up of different kinds of organ systems. You people know that around us every day we see different kinds of many kinds of life forms around us. Different in size, different in color, different in shape, different in structure. These all organisms they belong to animal kingdom and plant kingdom. Today we are going to learn how the animals differ from each other in different ways. This is nothing but diversity between organisms, diversity in living organisms. Diversity in living organisms. For the first time, biologists, we already know the father of biology, Aristotle, divided or classified organisms into based on their habitat. Habitat in the sense nothing but the place where they are living. Particular animals or plants where they are living, their home is called their habitat. Based on their habitat, Aristotle was divided animals into land living organisms, otherwise terrestrial organisms, and aquatic organisms which live in water bodies. Today we are going to learn about animals, how they are divided. Mainly animals are divided into two major groups. First one, invertebrates. Invertebrates in the sense animals which do not have proper backbone or spinal cord. They belong to invertebrate kingdom. You know, all of the insects and mainly smaller size organisms belong to invertebrate group. They do not have any spinal cord or backbone, and they are maximum smaller in size, and they have less lifespan, and their structure is very poor when compared to vertebrate animals. Vertebrates. Second one, vertebrates. Vertebrates means nothing but animals which have proper skeletal system and backbone. They belong to vertebrate count. And comparatively in number, invertebrates are more in number on the earth than the vertebrates. Today we are going to different subgroups in vertebrates. Here we will come to know that how vertebrates are divided into different groups. The first one, fish. You people know that the fish has skeletal system and backbone, bones. Fish, they are aquatic organisms. Aquatic in the sense their habitat is aquatic habitat. Fish, so let us observe the structure of the body structure of the fish. Fish have scales on their body. Their body covered with scales, and they are slimy. Slimy in the sense continuously they release some gummy substance which help them to avoid water absorption by the body and help it to move freely in the water body. And streamlined body. Streamlined body in the sense in the when you observe this diagram, the center portion is wider and the beginning and ending, this kind of structure is called streamlined structure. It helps the fish cut through water and for easy movement inside the water body. And it has fins for balancing and swimming inside the water body. Nozzles for breathing. And here they have gills. These gills are breathing organs in fish. Like human beings have lungs, these gills are breathing organs in fish. Again observe their body covered with the scales. Body covered with the scales and they are slimy. They release some gummy substance. And breathing organs are gills. In these gills there are millions of capillaries to absorb the oxygen dissolved in the water. Here we breathe oxygen. Human beings, in the sense mammals, they breathe oxygen present in the air, but fish live in water and it has to absorb oxygen which is dissolved in the water. For that purpose, its gills, they contain millions of blood capillaries to absorb the oxygen present in water. And for locomotion in the sense of movement. Locomotion in the sense of movement. Animals move in search of food, water and shelter. For this locomotion, they have fins and a tail for balancing the body and swimming in the water. They have two-chambered heart. Two-chambered heart. Two-chambered heart. In the sense, one atrium and one ventricle made up a fish heart. I think you understood this one. And their blood type is cold blood. Cold-blooded organism. In the sense, they cannot manage their body temperature according to its surrounding or environment. Only they survive in their natural habitat only. They cannot adapt to the other climate. If the temperature in the water bodies differs or rises, it leads to death of the fish. Mainly, one disadvantage in cold-blooded animals, they cannot manage their body temperature according to the climate temperature. I think you understood this one. The second type is amphibians. Amphibians, they live on land and water. So their habitat can be land, otherwise water. Example, frog, toad, these are amphibians. Amphibians can live on land, otherwise in water. Their habitat. Example, frog and toad. Their body covered with moist skin. They may contain scales like a fish. Their body covered with small tiny scales. Heart, fish has a two-chambered heart, whereas amphibians, they have three chambers in their heart. Three-chambered heart. Three-chambered heart. And these two cold-blooded animals. These animals also cold-blooded animals. Amphibians, they live on land as well as in water. Their body covered with small tiny scales. Their heart contains three chambers. For locomotion, in the sense for movement, they have legs. And their blood type is cold-blooded type. And they may breathe with skin, gills, otherwise lungs. For fine example is frog. In the early stage, in the sense in larval stage, in its beginning stage, frog larva is called tadpole, and the tadpole breathe with gills. Tadpole lives in water and it breathes with gills. When it through metamorphosis, when it is developing into an adult, it breathes with the skin and able to breathe with the lungs. In this gills place, their body develops lungs and slowly gills disappear and lungs form. So, breathing organs in amphibians can be skin or can be gills or can be lungs. The third type of vertebrates, aves. Aves means nothing but birds. Nothing but birds. You people know they are aerial animals. In a sense, most of their time they spend in air and for rest and sleeping they depend on trees. These animals are warm-blooded animals. Warm-blooded animals. Warm-blooded animals. These birds or aves heart contains four chambers. Four-chambered heart. Like mammals, like human beings, birds also, they have four-chambered heart. Their blood type is warm blood, and so they can manage their body temperature suited or according to the climate temperature. Their body covered with small feathers. Small feathers. Their body covered with small feathers. For breathing, they have lungs. They have lungs. For breathing purpose, they have lungs, and in addition with lungs, they have extra lungs which are called air sacs. Another two air sacs will be for storing air in the body. These are called additional lungs. Additional lungs. Listen again. Aves, third type of vertebrates, and they have proper skeletal system, backbone, and their bones are weak. Blood type is warm-blooded animals. Heart contains four chambers. Their body covered with small feathers, and for breathing they have lungs, and extra additional lungs are there which are called air sacs. Some all the birds for locomotion they have wings. They have wings for locomotion. For locomotion and movement, birds have wings, and all the birds they lay eggs to produce offspring. Coming to the another type, reptiles. Reptiles are crawling animals. All the crawling animals, animals which crawl on the land and on the walls, they belong to reptiles group. Reptiles group. Their body covered with small scales. Small scales. Reptiles body covered with small scales, and their heart contains three chambers. Three chambers. Heart is three-chambered heart, and maximum reptiles they have partially divided fourth chamber. Partially divided fourth chamber. Partially divided fourth chamber in their heart. All the reptiles they have three chambers, and maximum they have partially divided fourth chamber, but especially crocodile group, they have completely divided fourth four chambers heart. And coming to crocodilians, they have completely divided four chambered heart. Crocodile, you may have one doubt that crocodile lives in water at their maximum time. You can say it's an aquatic organism, and it can be an amphibian. But when coming to classification, scientists take only particular reasons to divide and put them in different groups. Crocodiles are kept in a reptiles group only because they lay eggs in the sand. Based on the reproductive process, they kept under reptiles group, crocodiles. They come to the land and they dig some sand and they lay eggs in the sand and they go back to the water body. Mainly based on this reason, crocodiles they are kept in reptiles group. I think it is clear to you. Last one, mammals. These are highly evolved organisms on the earth. Highly evolved in the sense well differentiated body organ systems. Well differentiated body organ systems and functioning. Mammals, example, humans. Very clearly you can understand all the characters, specific structures what mammals have. Their blood type is warm-blooded animals. Warm-blooded animals. Mammals are warm-blooded animals. Heart completely divided into four chambers. Heart completely divided into four chambers. Four-chambered heart. And body covered with skin and hair. Hair covers the skin. Mammal's body covered with hair. It prevents heating from the sun and some protection from cold climatic conditions. And they have thick layer of fat under their skin to prevent cold, to withstand very cold climate. Mammals, example, humans, all maximum mammals are terrestrial, and their blood type is warm-blooded animals. Heart contains four chambers and completely divided four chambers. Skin covered with hair, and for breathing they have lungs. They have lungs for breathing purpose. They absorb the oxygen which is present in air. And maximum mammals they keep babies. It is a reproductive process. And some mammals they lay eggs. Example, spiny anteater and duckbill platypus. Those mammals they lay eggs, and maximum mammals they produce babies. You people know bat. It looks like a bird, but it feeds their babies with milk. That's why bat. Interestingly, it is kept in a mammals group. The animals belong to mammal kingdom. They feed their babies with milk. With their own milk, they feed their babies. All these mammals, they have mammalian glands in female organisms. That's why these all animals which have mammalian glands and feed their babies with own milk. They kept in a mammals group. I think until here, after here, you understood. Again, once a recall, what are the different types in vertebrates we have learned. The first type we learned about fish. Fish mainly vertebrates divided into 5 major groups. The first one, fish, lives in water, heart chamber, two-chambered heart, cold-blooded animals, body covered with the scales. Second one, amphibians. Amphibians, they can live on land and as well as in water. They have gills or skin or lungs for a breathing purpose, and their body covered with small scales. They are also cold-blooded animals. Third one, reptiles. Reptiles, animals which crawl on the land, they belong to reptiles group. Their breathing organs are lungs, and their body also covered with scales, small scales. For example, snake. And one special reptiles here. People know that a crocodile crawling on the land, and it can also and crocodile lives its most time in water. Why it belongs to reptiles and why it is not belongs to amphibians. But reptiles, they come and lay eggs in the sand. That's why scientists they kept crocodile in reptiles group. Fourth one, aves or birds. These are warm-blooded animals, body covered with small feathers, small hair, and for breathing they have lungs, and in addition with normal lungs they have 2 air sacs which are also called additional lungs. Fifth type is mammals. Example, all the human beings and cow, buffalo, whatnot. These things they belong to mammals group. Mammals mainly they feed their babies with their own milk. These animals have mammalian glands in their female organisms. Their breathing organs are lungs and the body covered with hair. And maximum mammals they produce babies, and some mammals, duckbill platypus and spiny ant, such kind of mammals, they lay eggs. Thank you.